We're back in the smoking area having a good time. We're here with Dave and Zelda. Dave, tell us a bit about what you're doing here and a bit about the coalition that you're clearly informed about.
Well, I'm a medical patient, and I mean, the coalition means a lot to me because it's representing us being able to take care of ourselves. I mean, a lot of people, if they have a high prescription rate, there's no possible way they'll ever be able to pay for their medicine. It's just not feasible if you're having to pay $300 a day. I mean, it just won't work, eh? And the other thing I'm here is just to try and network with other people from around the area, you know, and just to see who's out there that's other medical patients and have the same views as us. And so, and to see where we can help out.
Excellent. And Zelda, now you also have your own views. How's the government impacting yourself, especially here in Saskatchewan?
It's been a detriment to my husband, for sure. They're not willing to do anything to make it better for him, and not just him, for many people. I just recently found out my sister has cancer, and we're trying to help her out on that end. And it seems like every time you battle, the government doesn't want to do anything. So hopefully the government does something. I don't know.
Absolutely, and that's what the Coalition Against Repeal will continue to do.
You don't wait for the puppet politicians to change things. You know, we're all capable of making that change ourselves. We just have to stand up, and enough of us get up and have the right message and keep educating people and, you know, challenge things in court. We've proven with the MMAR that people can get together and challenge these arbitrary rules. So all we got to do is continue that model on and keep charging, you know, and this plant will be free for everybody.
When you see the Cannabis in Canada shirts and you wonder what we're doing with that, we see the coalition fight as being one. We've already proven fire, mold, and organized crime does not exist. That's what Mr. Conroy proved in the injunction. That's why the balance of convenience fell to the patients, that we would suffer more harm than the public safety issue that was raised by the government. And we believe the court, through the trial through February, that they'll find the same thing. And as for cross appeal, we're going to be addressing the address change with 175 statements, impact statements from patients across the country who have moved for some reason or another, and we picked the 10 best to represent people in that respect. So we definitely are looking into making sure that all patients' rights are looked at as best we can. We can only fight and challenge what's constitutionally deficient. And at this point, we got them. You got to remember, they're under a federal restraining order. They're being sued for $40 million for breaching our privacy, you know, and they're just getting themselves in deeper as they continue with their sole proprietary approach to the industry of cannabis. And I think as we go into legalization, all of us need to consider who's going to be supplying 7-Eleven and who's going to be allowed to have a plant at home. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Oh, we should all be able to allow to have a few plants at home, I think, because it's clearly not dangerous to do that, you know. It's been proven by 40,000 medical patients already in Canada, you know, that helps people, you know, it's not a detriment.
Absolutely. What's good about now is we get to have fun. Like we said, we just raised $12,000 in Ontario. It's about having fun, raising the money, and people remembering that this fight is pretty much over for fundraising. Now comes the court, but we have to remember they're going to appeal. And those appeals are going to cost money. There's going to be a federal appeals and likely goes to the Supreme Court of Canada. So it's going to cost a lot of money, and the fight's going to continue. Thanks for coming on the show, Dave. Yeah. Zelda, thank you for coming on the show. And we'll see you in the next segue. Cheers.
Very much for coming down here and showing your support too, and you know, and being members of the MMAR coalition and showing your support for that as well. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you in the next segue. Cheers.